So now that you're back here at home and everything, how does it feel to be back?
Awesome.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Good. What was your favorite thing about what was today like? So you got up this morning and Jen came over and your mom was there and helped you pack?
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff. Then I got in the car and then a lot of people were calling and I seen you guys, and it was crazy. It feels so good to be home.
It must. What are some of the things that you missed the most while you were gone?
My family, of course, and my dogs, Roxy, Kobe, Sammy. They attacked me and good kisses. Oh my goodness, they're goofballs.
They are. So Roxy just came right up on you and started licking you.
She missed me. She has to make up all his kisses.
Yeah, she's got a couple of, almost a year worth of kisses to make up there.
Mm-hmm.
You must have missed your sisters too.
Yeah, of course. Julia, Jen, and Jess, and all those. Jen, Jess, and Julia.
Yeah. Julia was without her roommate.
Yep, she needs to get that color changed to the room. It needs to be changed, not hot pink anymore. And then, yeah, of course, I'll be with her.
That'll be good. You'll keep her out of trouble, I think. Right?
Yep,
Keep an eye
definitely. I'll keep her on. I can't say.
So the past few weeks seems like they've been a little bit better. You've been able to go to the zoo and things like that.
It's been a lot better since I got out, and then I got in Connecticut. It was a lot better. I got to go out and everything, so it was a lot better. And then what made it even better, I felt I could go home yesterday. I almost cried. I was so happy.
That's crazy. I know. We heard that you called your dad right away from your mom's phone. And you
Yeah.
called your sisters. And
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. My mom went in the men's room.
Your what?
That's what Reverend Mahoney said, that your mom went in the men's room on accident. She was
I
so.
didn't know that.
She was so.
You didn't tell me that one.
You must have walked right out. He brought it up just like a minute ago.
He didn't notice. She didn't notice until she got out.
Pass the point of no return.
Because Bowie went to the bathroom.
What is it like? What is it like knowing that your story? You people know you all over the country now. What is that like?
Pretty cool. I want to help a lot of people, so it was hard and tough. So I don't want anyone else to be put through the same thing I got put through.
Yeah. Was it? I mean, you're 16 years old now. Was it weird whenever the hospital was? Like, what did they tell you? I mean, were they saying that they said you didn't have mitochondrial disease?
Well, the first day they just Valentine's Day was the day when they made it all happen. So I couldn't see my family, couldn't talk to them or anything like that. Also, I see security guards right in front of me, next to the room and the door, and I didn't know what was going on. And the psychiatrist from there said that my mom needed to go rest in her own bed. They didn't tell me what was going on until the next day. They didn't tell me all this other stuff. They only told me about that, and that was it. She said she was tired from all the meetings she had. So I didn't understand it, and then there were security guards, and then my mom needed to get her luggage because she forgot it. No, they didn't let her get it. So I heard a nurse was coming in, getting it. I'm like, why are you getting it? And it was weird, and it was just, and then they told me I can't talk to them or see them. It can only be supervised for an hour a week, and all this other stuff that wasn't good. And then they just started to get mean to me and really mean to me, and then it's been going on worse and worse.
It makes as a
No, it didn't. I really didn't. There was times which I just didn't understand what was going on. And then they moved me to the psych unit, Beta 5, what you call it. And they were fine in the beginning, and then they decided to get meaner and meaner each day, each time. They were just pushing me and pushing me. It wasn't just the walking. They made me use my whole body. And I couldn't do all that. They would put me in a room where they would do all this other mean stuff. They say you get to do it, and then they start laughing. And then they will leave me, and then they'll make me be there there's sometimes up to 2 hours or more. They would make me, let's say, the shirt, they want me to get my shirt off my own, so then they'll make me do other stuff, I can't, so then, and then I say, you can do it, you can do this. I don't know how to explain it, but they were just very hard, and then they wouldn't on me, and they wouldn't help me at all. Not even a little bit. They would just touch me. Say you wake up your bones. Yeah, it was very, very tough, and I just don't want it. I don't want it to happen to anyone else.
Did you, like, the whole time, did you kind of want to just, like, scream, like, I have this disease?
Yes, they didn't believe me. They didn't help me at all. They would leave me in the hallway one time for a whole week, and I was just sitting at the hallway staring at it because they wouldn't help me to agree, which I don't really care, but they wouldn't let me talk to any other kids there. I was just basically staring at the wall all day, or them yelling at me, saying to do this, do that, and I can't do all that. And they wouldn't give me a break, even though when I got really sick with pneumonia, they would still treat me the same, treat me even worse than that, even. So yeah, I just don't want it to happen to anyone else.
Did it ever feel like, when did you, when it went on for 16 months, like a year and a half almost, did it ever feel like you just weren't going to get out?
Sometimes I could feel it. My family's the most supportive people. There's all this other support, because they know nothing. They wouldn't tell them anything. They would just make it more restricted. You can't, it has to be supervised. It used to be, when I first got in the hospital, it used to, at least to have an hour a day. An hour a day. And then they made it because they heard I don't remember what was going on, but then they made it into 20 minutes 2 times a week with supervised, and then they made it 20 minutes 1 time a week. Mm-hmm. and then they made it so that only DCF can listen in, so they got rid of, so only DCF had to be in the phone call.
How did it feel that they just didn't believe you?
It was crazy. I had no idea. They were like, one lady was laughing at me all the time. She started rapping. She's there 3 times a week. She's very hard on me, and she's not a good person to me. She started rapping. She's like, yo. It was weird. It's like, why haven't you been walking? Why you haven't been moving? You've been here too long. You've been here months and months, and all this other stuff. I'm like, I couldn't respond, or she would just get more weaker. There was times which I couldn't believe they'd do this. They'll make me do something for hours and hours if I don't do it, and sometimes I don't, and then they'll still make me do it, and I can't do it on my own. Like, wheeling myself, I can't do that on my own. Other stuff.
They were trying to say, right, that it was like all in your head.
Yeah, but they didn't tell me directly, but they were saying it to me in like a weird way. Because they didn't want me to be, because they wanted me to walk, which I want to walk and all that stuff, but you do not yell, and I can't, they didn't look into it. The only way to do it, pushed me for hours, days, all week. It was just terrible. I don't know, it was a lot.
Yeah. So you were basically trapped in there. How did you feel, like a prisoner?
Yeah. I felt like I said it was torture, but then they didn't believe it was torture. And they said, you can do it. It's not torture, you can do it. I said, I can't. Yes, you can. Don't say this, and then they say this all other stuff. I can't. I don't know how to say it. They just left me, and then they'll make me do it, and then they would actually say, you can do it, all this other stuff for me the whole time. And then sometimes they'll leave, and they'll just leave me there and say, you can do it. Maybe if I leave, maybe if you leave, maybe if they leave, you can do it when I leave.
Yeah.
And I can't.
What was it like more recently, like when you would watch like news reports about yourself? What was that like?
I felt really good. I felt I had a lot of support. I just don't know how this really happened, because it doesn't feel like it's real. It just.
You were gone a long time.
I know, a long time, a long 16 months. But then I got better when I moved to Connecticut. But when I was at Wayside, they're better on the medical part, but they're pushing all these behavioral issues, which I do not have. And then they were saying, there was a long story, it was multiple, and then this lady, I was in the shower, and when you're in the shower, there's nothing on you. And so this lady, this PCA, because I had PCAs with me in Wayside, I was in the bathroom. I had something in my hand, and I was trying to put it in the basket right next to me, but it flew. It went on the ground right next to it. And then the PCA started saying, you threw it at me, all this other stuff. I did not throw it at her. She wasn't even in the room. And then she called the company, her company, the PCA, and the company called Wayside. And Wayside said, and she heard, you were throwing things at me. So this lady, I was in the shower naked. No one was in the room. I'm like, why are you taking so long? It was like 10 minutes in the shower room alone. And all of a sudden this lady, she flung the curtain open, started yelling, saying, you can't be throwing things at, you can't be rude, you can't be doing all this other, she was screaming at me. And I'm like, can you please shut the curtain, please? She said, don't talk back at me, I can shut the curtain when I want to shut the, I'm naked. She's like, yeah, I can still shut the curtain when I want to. It was like, wow. But luckily that day, I think it was the day or the day after, I saw my family, and then I don't know, but then it was crazy. Oh my gosh. I just don't want anyone else to put through what I put through.
Just two more questions for you. So the whole time you've always just, your message has always just been you wanted people to believe in you. Believe, right? What does that mean to you, the word believe?
It means a lot, because if they didn't believe, they wouldn't believe in my diagnosis. They wouldn't believe that I'm not in the head or whatever I said. They'll think I'm faking it or not telling the truth, and that's really big, because it helps me a lot, because I didn't have any support there. They didn't believe me at all, especially at Children's, especially when I got in Beta 5. They didn't believe me at all. They were crazy.
So now we'll move on to some more positive stuff, finally. So you're back at home now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You're back here, and what are you looking for? I mean, I think you deserve a big party at this point.
I know, a big party. What a big party. I deserve it. I think I do. I need to go. It's just, I need a party. I need to celebrate. I'm finally home.
Something fun. I just got this big backyard back here, and a swimming pool. And you got a lot of friends over.
A pool and a hot tub.
Yeah.
But they still need to clean the pool, but they'll clean it.
I think your dad's working on it. Physically, how are you feeling now?
Well, I'm better. Well, I still have to get better, because now with a family it'll be easier for me to get better, because easier with the doctors instead of all this other stuff. Even though it's going to be a lot better, and I will be walking someday, and be running, skating, and all this other stuff.
I saw all those medals upstairs.
I know.
Impressive.
I know, a lot of medals.
That move on the ice skating where you're down on one leg.
Oh, shoot the duck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my move. Oh, and the heel stop. I don't think you have that move
Impressive.
though.
And so, the dogs, you must be excited to see the dogs. Everybody.
Yeah. She owed me a lot of kisses, Roxy.
Sure did.
Yeah, and she's a good doggy. She's a big baby though. She thinks she's a little dog.
And you did say that this the boy you were hanging out with, that's just a friend, right? That's what
Just a friend. Don't say like I know. It's just a friend.
But it seems like a fun trip either way, going to all this.
Yeah, I went to the aquarium. Yeah, he was in the Beta 5 with me for a little bit, so you got in touch again. So.
Cool. Great. Well, is there anything else that you were trapped for so long and didn't really have a voice?
No, I wasn't. They wouldn't. Even though I tried, they wouldn't do anything. So.
What did you want to say all that time?
Well, I need to get out of here. They were just really being mean. I said, can you just be nicer? And they're like, you're fine. You can do all this stuff. You're capable of doing all this stuff. I'm like, no, I can't do this. It's not in my head, or it's nothing. It's just they started taking all this medicine off. But then once I finally got my medicine put back on, so now it's all kicking in. So now I'll be better, and then it's working on other stuff, so then it'll be better.